Hey guys and girls, welcome back to Etrian Odyssey. Upon stepping into the area to the southeast, you stop and pull out a copy of the directions to the gear. It says reading came from within a hollow in a large tree at the edge of the Great Hall. You need to find the hero's effect supposedly hidden in this eerie clearing. Okay, so let's see if we can find this object. Oh no. And he back attacked us. Ow. As you pass through the skeleton-infested hall, you discover a cavity inside a large tree at the dead end of the passageway. It's hard to clearly see what's inside that hole, but you notice a helmet enshrined within it. Alright, we have the hero's helmet. Alright, let's get out of here. We need one more piece of armor, I think. If that gun is what I think it is. Because it didn't say anything special when I picked it up. I don't know. The secret passage hidden to the naked eye. You now need to find the secret passageway. Okay. A hidden passageway that's secret to the naked eye, so I can't see it with normal means, basically. But that really doesn't help me. I don't understand. Going left. Going up. Some parasitic vines. Glint pendant.
Over there.
Oh, is this it? A weak whine echoes from further down the cemetery, and a dog soon limps into view. When the dog notices you, it stumbles feebly toward you, its tail wagging happily behind it. Considering the dog's friendliness, it must have been someone's pet. Was it separated from its owner? You look around, but no one is nearby. The least you could do is give this lost hungry dog something to eat. Give it roasted meat. When you offer the dog some roasted meat, the dog wags its tail and digs right in. Eventually, the dog finishes it, barks happily, and looks around as if searching for something. Could it be looking for its lost owner? You offer your hand out to it, but it seems to have no intention of following behind you. Despite your worries for the dog, it seems safe and content for now. So you leave it where it is and return to your exploration. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I've fed the dog, which is nice. That'll, I'm sure, come back to help me out uh, later. Oh, what's that? You feel a wind blowing from between a few gravestones and try to move them. However, they won't budge no matter how you push. Open up this path would take a long time since you're in a hurry. Oh no, I want to open it though. Oh, I'm gonna stick this here. Dang it. You cautiously pick your way around the marsh. Beyond another stretch of marshland, you spot a wild deer stranded among the toxic waste. It may have wandered away from its herd and gotten lost in the sprawling labyrinth. The beast is at bay, backed into a corner, but by swaths of toxic ground. Leave it alone, I think. I don't want to hunt the deer. Besides, I'm busy looking for something important. Which I probably won't find because I suck at finding things. Let's hope. I'm gonna fill out this whole area and make sure I just step and look into everything. After pushing through some dense and prickly shrubbery, you discover a large sheet of metal thrust into the ground like a grave marker. As you approach, you realize it's an old tower shield. Dirt, moss, and rust covers it. Got it. You have now discovered all 4 effects left by the heroic dragoon of legend. All that's left is to report back to the council. Okay. Job is done.
Please, we are in your debt.
So this is the gear worn by the legendary dragoon during his final battle. We'll send these to the Imperial capital on a secure transport. I think history will remember you as the courageous adventurers who braved Yggdrasil's depths to recover this gear. The council would like you to have this reward. Oh, that reminds me. I'm sure you've met Lillian Solar, yes? I've been told they were preoccupied with exploring the fetid necropolis. It has some of the guards and other adventurers worried, but few have what it takes to brave the third stratum. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like you to talk to them. They've done so much for the city. If they're in trouble, I want to lend a hand any way we can. Okay.
Please, be careful out there.
We'll do that. I mean, we were bound to run into them again eventually anyway, so... Where wraiths wander. Okay. Down. As you creep through the stale, noxious air of the marshes, you see a familiar figure standing quietly under the shadow of the gnarled tree. She looks to be patiently awaiting something, but your arrival snaps her out of her reveries. I've been waiting for you, Lily continues in an unusually somber tone. Now that you've made it this far up the third stratum, there's something I want to ask you. The girl then gazes at you, awaiting a reply. What's up? Lily nods and continues. Well, it's about a certain necromancer. The typically upbeat girl has an expression bordering on torment. Her voice is grave. For generations, my Celestian clan has been hunting a rogue spellcaster. You see, this man stole a powerful artifact from the Sorcerer's Tower in my homeland. The grand relic this necromancer stole is too deadly to be allowed outside the safety of the tower. It must be returned no matter the cost. My father and his father before him, and his father before him. I am merely the latest in a long line of people searching for that man. This mission has been passed down from parent to child for, well, ages. The finding of my ancestors led me to this labyrinth. That's why I came here with Solar. If that necromancer's anywhere on Yggdrasil, he would surely be in this fetid necropolis, but Solar hasn't had any luck in finding him. And since you're one of the only other guilds to make it up here, I have to ask, have you seen any suspicious people on this stratum? Any necromancers other than myself? A suspicious necromancer. You've yet to encounter anyone like that, and tell her so. The girl's expectant eyes drop to the ground. I see. But I have to believe he's in this labyrinth. Her words are cold and hard, like iron. She bows almost apologetically before turning to delve further into the stratum. If you do come across any kind of clue, please won't you tell me? I beg of you. I will, of course, repay your kindness in turn. With that, Lily turns a corner and vanishes. You take her words to heart as you return to your own investigation of the graveyard. Alright, I'm going to quickly map this out. Give me... Hey guys and girls, I explored a little bit of the 13th floor. I say a little bit, I explored a good bit. I'm up here in this top left corner, as we got stopped. I just basically wanted to get through this area. I kind of was doing this instinctively, and I forgot that I was still recording, and I messed it all up, and I'm sorry about that, but this is what we've explored, basically. And we got stopped, so. As you creep through the dreadful cemetery where the dead still walk, you encounter a familiar harbinger. Solar's greeting is friendly enough, but she gazes at you with her usual detached air. Seriously, it's crazy how fast you've grown. This damn stratum even gives me the creeps. After another moment, she says there's something that she wants to ask you. Nod and listen. The harbinger gives a curt nod and continues. Lily's filled you in about the man she's been looking for, right? You know, the necromancer? You must be wondering why. Well, it's time I told you what the deal is with that. Solar looks up to the sky as she continues, seemingly losing herself in an old memory. Once upon a time, there were twin Celestians, spellcasters who lived in the Sorcerer's Tower. The older brother was called Crow, named for his dark eyes and ebony locks. His sister, Swan, had ivory skin and hair as white as the snow. Crow hungered for knowledge of what lies beyond the laws of nature. One fateful day, he stole the tower's fabled ring of undying. To put it bluntly, the sorcerers got pissed. They sent his sister Swan after him. Her job was to recover the ring and assassinate the Crow. In the ensuing fight, Crow dealt a mortal blow to his own sister, then fled to a faraway land, never to be seen again. Meanwhile, however, injured and on the brink of death, Swan's last request was for her young children to one day slay the traitor Crow and take back that ring. After telling you that much, the woman pauses for a moment and slowly looks to each of you. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. That tale is really old, but to me, it sounds like a load of butt stuff. Especially for those kids who had no choice but to get caught up in it. Still, there's someone whose entire life has been determined by Swan's dying wish. The story can't end till Crow is brought to justice. Solar's eyes glisten as she fights back tears and wipes away the moisture from her eyes. Where do I come into the picture? Long ago, I was a common sellsword who wielded a blade without purpose. Now I follow a greater cause. My calling is to serve the last descendant of Swan. Yeah, you guessed it. Her name is Lily. I'll do anything for her, but it turns out I'm not strong enough to face what lies at the end of this tragic tale. Go figure. That's why I need your help to investigate what's lurking at the top of this wasteland. I'll keep doing what I can, but if you learn anything new about the fetid necropolis, well, let's just say I'd owe you, big time. You take her words to heart as the Harbinger departs, and you continue your own exploration. Interesting. Even though we kind of already knew that, she told us the basics about her family's lineage, and that they were hunting for generations basically. But at least now we have names, Crow and Swan. But that means this Crow guy is like immortal, right? Because he's been alive this like so long. Oh. We got our pass between. Fourteenth floor. Alright, I'm gonna take a trip back to the home base, buy some more area dines, and then we'll come back. Oh, also, I'm gonna need to fill in this area if I want to get that map registered. Well, actually, I have my go-between, so we should be alright just to go there and use that. I'll buy a couple more medicas.
What'll it be? Anything else? Check out my new wares. Check out my new wares. Check out my new wares. You got yourself a deal. What are you selling?
The Baculus. As for our mages, right?
You wanna equip it here? You wanna equip it here? What'll it be? You're
Alright,
always such
that's
a
fine.
big help.
Welcome back. Good night and sleep tight.
Ba-dum bum ba ba-dum. Ba-da ba-da ba ba-dum. Okay. So let me fill this map in so I can get it for the next, so I can get there faster. Okay, so we're back up here. I mapped out the 13th area. The 12th area is also mapped out and taken care of there. But let's do this. Upon stepping onto a new floor, you're filled with dread the moment you turn a corner. It must have been your imagination. You're just about to walk away when Kazuma looks to the right and lets out a small shriek. You follow their gaze to find blood-red letters appearing along the wall. Go back now. The writing on the wall drips downward like blood flowing from a fresh wound. As you continue staring, the blood continues to trickle down until the letters eventually vanish. What were those words all about anyway? The ominous warning fills you up with doubt. But there's nothing to do now but continue. You know what? I think I'm going to end here. We're going to explore the 14th floor next time. And I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.